Back on Mika.
My name is Kento Araya. I'm a college student who loves to read books. Even at school, I'm always reading books until class begins. For books that I especially like, I read them over and over again, so they're pretty usually torn up. I joined the literary research club in my college, and at our gatherings, we talked about notable literary figures from the past, as well as newer and more contemporary authors who are defining our literary generation. We're always researching and dissecting works from all around the world. But it's all dark democracy. I found a cat. How cute! We're a group of avid book lovers, and we each get to passionately talk about our favorite works. It's an amazing club, however. There's one person who stands out a little bit.
This month's recommendation is How to Become a Cat.
Ooh!
It's like the Bible.
It is the Bible.
Oh, as usual, Kento is reading a tattered book. Or is that because you don't have the money to buy a new one?
Sunio. This guy who came over just to tease me is Sunio. Apparently he comes from a pretty rich family and he's always making it known to everyone around him. He likes to pick on people for every little thing, and to be honest, I'm not a big fan of him. More than books themselves, I feel like he likes the fact that he can buy the new books the most.
Hey! Looks like we both have the same glasses, so you better take yours off. You know, I have almost all of the new works at my house, but amongst those, the best one has to be the Professor Tanagokore.
What? It's been consistently sold out and hard to find, and you have one?
Well, I know Professor Tanagokore personally, so I can get my hands on all of his newest works.
Wow, Sunio, you're amazing. I'm so jealous. I wanted it too.
If you want it, you want me to get one for you?
Oh, really? Are you sure? Thank you.
Professor Tanayakari, huh? Professor Tanayakari is an up-and-coming theorist who gained popularity in recent years for his works. Everything he's published has been a bestseller. As soon as his newest works are put on the shelves, they immediately sell out. They're hard to get your hands on. His writing style is particularly popular in the younger generation, and he specifically has a lot of young female fans.
Kento! Do you want me to get you one too? If you're desperate, then maybe I wouldn't mind blessing you too.
Ugh, I'm fine for now. There's a different book I'm reading right now anyway.
Ha! Ignoring my kindness like that? You really don't get it, do you? This is the problem with people who don't understand real values.
It doesn't matter to me whether Sunio tries to belittle me. As long as I have a place where I can talk about these literary works, I'm happy. That's how I felt until one day. Happy hour?
Yeah, why not? As clubmates, we should have more time to deepen our relationship with each other.
Well, I guess that is important, but where?
Let's go to a high-end sushi restaurant that is beloved by literary geniuses.
I don't rotate.
But a place that expensive?
Oh, you don't need to worry about that. I'll pay for you all. My treat.
Are you sure you're okay with that?
Unlike you, I'm part of the top class in society. I have no reason to be cheap or selfish.
If that's what you're saying, then sure, but... And so, with Sunio's invitation, we made plans to go to a high-end sushi restaurant with the whole club.
I've never been to a restaurant as expensive as this.
Me too.
Listen up, you guys. You need to order sushi starting with the lowest flavors. Also, make sure you eat it as soon as it's served to you. And only dab the soy sauce on the tip of the fish. That's it. Also...
Sunio, if you speak so loudly...
Shut up! Don't tell me what to do, you peasant!
You, what have you done?
Oh, I didn't do that. It's your fault for raising your voice at me out of nowhere.
Hey, look at what you've done. These clothes are not cheap.
Yeah, this cost $2,000, you know?
No, well, this was all his fault. He did it.
This guy is in a...
Oh, long time no see, sir.
Yes, it's been a while. Who would have thought we'd see each other here? I'm shocked too, but for now, here, take this. It's for the dry cleaning.
No, sir. We can't possibly accept this from you.
And we're the ones that caused you the trouble, after all. Sorry for intruding on your evening.
But still, sir.
It's fine, really.
Well then, if you insist. Thank you, we'll be going now. Well, what was that all about? And why do I feel like you were talking down to someone that big and scary?
Maybe you misheard? Why would I be able to do something like that? Anyway, here, let's get back to the food that we ordered.
Yeah, you're right. Of course not. Whew. That scared me for a minute there.
That situation somehow ended without any further troubles. However, Sunio was the same as usual. Despite being saved by me in that situation, he still continued to parade around like he was the head of the club, talking down to everyone around him. Then one day, what happened? Everyone seemed so happy.
Kento, come here. Come look at this.
Isn't this Professor Tanayaki's newest work? Is that a signature?
It's a signed copy of Professor Tanakare's new release. Tsuneo got it for me as a gift.
Sunio did?
Yeah. If you go on one date with Tsuneo, then you get to have a signed Professor Tanakare book. He even said he'll get a signature for us on any of his other books.
I'm so happy!
Interesting. A signed book in exchange for a date, huh? This is taking a little too far, isn't it?
Hey, Tsuneo. When will you go on a date with me next? Will you bring me another signed book?
Well, of course I will. Because I am friends with Professor Tanakare after all.
Interesting, is that so? Then why don't you let us meet him sometime?
Kento, why are you interrupting?
If you're such good friends, I thought maybe you'd be able to introduce us.
That's true. I want to meet the professor, too.
Yeah, well, he's really busy, so it's probably impossible, you know? He's a popular author after all.
Well then, if it's impossible to meet him, what about a phone call? That won't take up too much of his time, would it?
No, but that will still be a bother to him. His time is very valuable, you know? Regardless, none of you are worthy of meeting someone like him anyway. The only reason I'm able to meet him is because I'm rich and part of the upper class of society. You all should remember your place every once in a while. How about that? It's because I am Sir Sunio.
Those are all excuses, Sunio. Aren't they? I bet you don't even know him, do you?
What? Are you accusing me of lying?
You seem to be able to get endless autographs too, huh?
What kind of proof do you have to be making such accusations? What do you mean, proof?
Because I have no memory of ever signing those books.
What?
Do you know what an anagram is? It's where you rearrange the letters into a new word, a certain type of wordplay. So if you write out Tanayokare and rearrange the letters, Kento Araya is what you get.
No way!
Bam! The author of Tanayokare is actually me. I'm the actual author. The up-and-coming new theorist under the pseudonym Tanayakari. I come from a family of writers going back many generations. My father is a heavyweight novelist, and my mother an award-winning essayist. I grew up surrounded by words and writings, and ever since I was little, I was exposed to various literary works. Before I knew it, I started writing my own novels. And I published my first official work in high school. Of course, I had separated my media and public persona from my private image. By the way, those people from the restaurant were my friends. The taller, scarier gentleman is the editor-in-chief of a publishing company. And next to him was his wife. They're fans of my work, and they've been very kind to me ever since I made my debut. Anyway, those signatures, where did you get those from?
Ah!
Like I said earlier, I have no memory of ever signing those books. I think we should have you pay for lying to the girls and using that to flirt with them. Ladies, please feel free to do as you wish with them.
I'm sorry! Well, this also feels like a reward.
I don't know what happened to Sunio in the end. Nobody knows either. But after that, Sunio went quiet and never bragged about his wealth again. On top of that, he was kicked out of the literary club, and he is quietly spending the rest of his college days in solitude. As for me, under the circumstances, everybody figured out that I was in fact the popular author Professor Tanayakare, and the girls were relentlessly chasing after me. But I've denied every single advance. For me, our relationship in real life is way too soon.
Wait for me.
At the very least, please get rid of that macho man body. There are still lots of stories I want to write, so I guess I don't need any other distractions. Life is short, and writers go crazy faster, they say. Anyway, what kind of story shall I write today? My own love story seemed a little further ahead as I dove into my writing.